All right, thanks for stopping by. So I just pulled off the road on my way to Flagstaff. I saw there were some nice views here, and now I see something across the road on the inside of the curve there. See that little hill in the middle? We got to drive up on that. Let's go check it out. This is a lot steeper than it looks on camera, and I see some big ruts up here. Pardon the chip in the windshield. I know it looks like a bug flying around. Let's see if we can get through these ruts. Oh, this is not feeling good. I didn't lock the cabinets, and I hear them opening up in the back there. Oh, I'm spinning. I'm stuck. Let me fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, that was easy. Just had to back it up and get another start at it. If this is a campsite, I might lose my mind, because I should have camped here. I would camp here tonight if it's a campsite, but I really need to be in Flagstaff before dark and find a campsite there. This is a campsite. It's just a little loop up here. And I see a fire pit. Oh my gosh, this would be amazing to at least do a couple of days at. Even though I'm not going to camp here, I might have to put this on my ultimate campsite list in that video where I disclose all my campsites. Look at this view. Holy cow, and look how the road kind of curves around below it there. All right, let's park it. Let's go check this place out. This is amazing and awesome. You can see it's not much traffic. This is out in the middle of nowhere. It's not very far from the Cliff Dwellers and Vermilion Cliffs off Highway 89A in northern Arizona. I can see why nobody's here. I mean, it's just so far away from everything. Oh, and it turns out in the last video I said I was about 100 miles from Flagstaff. I'm really about 163 miles from the last campsite to Flagstaff, so it's going to take me 3 or 4 hours if I keep stopping and looking at things to get to Flagstaff. But this was worth the stop. This is amazing. Let's go over to the other side and look off at those red cliffs over there. Oh my gosh. Wow, this would be a great place to camp. The weather's good here. It's about 75 degrees. Look at the shadows in the valley off the clouds. I mean, this looks like a painting. This is incredible. I'm so glad I stopped here. I just pulled over to get a Coke out of the fridge, and I found this. Such a beautiful spot, even though it is right over the highway. I mean, it's not a busy highway, and it's cool just to look down and see the highway snake along the side of the cliffs. There's the fire pit. Somebody's been here camping. But it's nice to see they didn't leave any trash. It's very good lately. All the campsites I've been to have been very clean. Look at the clouds. I can't get over how they look and how blue the sky looks. What a sweet place. So if I keep following this road, it looks like another 20 miles or so I'll cross over the Colorado River. So maybe I'll be able to pull off there and get some video too. There's a good place to pull off. Let's see, let's start working on my thumbnail. I think if I come around the front of the van here and get a shot toward those red cliffs in the background, that's what we'll use. Oh, that's it. Something right in here. That's going to make a sweet thumbnail. I'm so glad I took this route, because at one time when I was in St. George, Utah, I had actually considered getting on the 15 and going down to Vegas. And then south of there, you'll hit 40 and then come in to Flagstaff that way. But you know what? I second guessed that, and I said, no. Take the road less traveled, take the scenic route. It's going to take you more time, but it's going to be worth it. And look what we stumbled upon. It was very worth it. Would have never, ever seen this if I'd have taken the interstate. Now, this is an interesting little rock formation. I'm afraid to touch it. I don't know if somebody's glued that on there or what, but I don't want to touch it. I'm afraid I'll break it. So let's just look at it. Eyes on, hands off. Man, this place is just vistas for days. I'm really surprised nobody's up here camping. I mean, I don't see any tire tracks, like fresh tracks or anything, like anybody had just left. But I'm sure people come up here every week because this is just easy to get to. Views are amazing. I guess the only thing is it's just so far away from any town or any services or anything like that, because this is pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. But it's worth the trip. I need to start wrapping it up here and get back on the road because I've got some errands to run when I get to Flagstaff, and then I need to make sure I find a campsite before dark. Really, I'd like to get it around 4 o'clock because it is Friday, and that's when all the campers start rolling in. It's Friday evening, so I'm going to go back to that same place that I stayed last October. That's about 5 or 7 miles north of Flagstaff, and it's a good camp spot, and that's the place I got attacked by the dog. So I'm going to go back and confront my fears, so to speak. But I did see a thing online that the place was closed down. I guess we'll see when we get there. But let's get back on the road. So there is a little parking area here as you cross over the Colorado River. And there is a walking bridge. So I guess let's walk out on this thing and get some shots of this. Didn't expect this at all. This is what I love about going in blind to a place that you really haven't done a lot of research on. You really hadn't mapped it out. You kind of just put it in your GPS and go. I love this because I love the shock of it when you come up on something awesome and amazing like this. Look how red muddy that is. Well, that makes sense. They do call it the Colorado, which means the color red. And this river is the lifeblood for many western states. I think I'm on a Native American reservation. I just don't know which tribe it is. I'll have to look for some signs when I get back on the road to see which it is, because I'm just interested in stuff like that. Wow, that's cool how they built the braces of the bridge into the cliffs like that. Look over here to the right, you can see how it looks like it's just attached into the cliffs there. It's pretty cool. Hope it's strong. Here's the other side. So you can see the river from both sides of the walking bridge. That's looking toward the northeast, I think. Well, you know what time it is. Time to head back to the Matty Wagon, continue on down the road. Well, here I am back in Flagstaff. So I clocked it. It is 7 miles north of downtown. It's up that road like you're leaving downtown Flagstaff headed toward the Grand Canyon. I think it's 180. Just 7 miles from town. I went ahead and got 5 gallons of water. And right up this road, you may remember, right up in this direction about another half a mile is where the dog attacked me. But I had my trusty walking stick and I was able to fend him off. That's been almost exactly a year ago. That's hard to believe. Time is flying. I think in another 2 weeks it'll be a year. So I don't think I'm going to walk up there right now. I don't have my stick or my bear spray. Looks like we got a guy in a yurt across here. I don't know if you can see through the trees there. Right there. It's like a yurt. And I do see some tire tracks over here. Looks like he's been pulling up. He's just parking on the side of the road and walking over to his yurt. But this is my spot. This is not the same spot I stayed in last time. I was down 2 campsites closer to the highway. But this is the first one I found that was available. It's not very level. It's good enough. I'll probably be here about 3 days, and then I think I might run out to Williams, put up my tent here. I just duct taped it again around the bottom. I only use it to mark my campsite because I'll have to leave again tomorrow and go into town and pick up the e-bike. So the first thing I do is get out and pop this tent up. But it's falling apart. But at least it's doing its duty as a campsite marker. Oh, and I got some bad news about my brand new shower tent. Let me tell you what happened. I'm a clumsy guy. Apparently, I tripped over the tent stake, fell into it, broke the leg on it. So I thought, what am I going to do? I mean, it's bad. It broke in a structure point. So I got on Amazon to see if I could return it. No questions asked. So I'm just going to return it. And I don't know if I'm going to get the same kind or not. I'm just going to have them put the money back on my Amazon account. But that sucks that happened. But I had put a tent stake down and then I moved the guideline out and replanted it. And I never pulled that tent stake up. And I walked by the tent and tripped on it, fell on it. So that's the story of the shower tent. But we'll see what we're going to do about a new one. Let's wrap it up. Take care. Be well. Smash the bell.